How are you doing? Rob here from the Open Endurance Series. We're here today at Mondello Park. We've just finished racing for the day, so we thought we'd take this opportunity to give you a quick overview of what the series is all about, how you get involved, and what kind of cars you can take part in. Yeah, so the Open Endurance Series is it's a brand new series in Ireland, and the idea, the whole concept behind it is to give maximum value for money and the maximum amount of seat time. We wanted to remove kind of all the barriers that there are to entry, so pretty much any closed wheel cars are eligible. So we've got 4 classes within the series. We have up to 2 litre, over 2 litre, Seat Super Cup, and then we've got a Sports GT and Invitational class. So the up to 2 litre class is kind of the entry level class, if you like. That's what we're competing in the MX-5. So pretty much any car up to 2 litres, you can be naturally aspirated, or you can be turbocharged, supercharged, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, whatever you like. We can have space frame chassis, standard road cars that have been converted, anything goes. So the over 2 litre class is the exact same, just larger engine size. The other thing to mention is if you've got a turbocharged car or supercharged car, then there is a multiplication factor. So it's 1.7 times the engine cc. So if you've got a 1.1 engine or something like that, you have to times it by 1.7, and that gives you your ultimate kind of engine cc size. The Seat Super Copa class is purely for Seat Super Copas, understandably, so that's just essentially a one-make series within the whole Open Endurance series. So the Sports GT and Invitational it covers pretty much everything else. So it's radicals, global lights, Caterhams, NI7s, all that kind of stuff. Dunlop supercars, pretty much anything space framed, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a catch-all class, and anything goes. Yep, so all the cars are racing at the same time. We have a rolling start, which again is kind of unique. And yeah, it's split out into classes. So there's no overall winner per se, it's just winners per class. So the format of the race is that it's a 50-minute endurance race, usually preceded by a 20-minute qualifying session. And within that 50 minutes, you have to come in and make a mandatory pit stop. So what kind of adds to the excitement of the whole endurance racing thing is that you can either do the whole race by yourself, you can do it with a mate, so you do half the race and he does the second half of the race, which is double driving, or you can enter as a 2-car relay team. So if your car won't do a full 50 minutes on fuel, you do the first half of the race in your car, and your buddy does the second half of the race in his car, and you enter for the same price as a 2-car relay team. No, there's no refueling allowed because some of the circuits don't have the required permits to refuel. We have 8 rounds. They're predominantly endurance races, but we do have a couple of sprint races thrown in there as well. Yep, the championship is sponsored by Yokohama, so every round has a €1,000 prize fund as well, and that's split out between each class. So it's not to the overall winner; it's the winner of each class. So that gets split out, so €250 per class winner. So to get involved is really simple. All you need is a competition license, which is pretty easy to get. You just do a half-day course here at Mondello, apply for your license, pay a few quid, and away you go. You need full safety gear for yourself, so helmet, hands, race suit, fireproof underwear, gloves, balaclava, all that stuff. But again, not overly expensive. It can be got on a budget. It can be hired as well. And then the car itself has to comply with the proper Motorsport Ireland safety standards. So you need a roll cage, you have to have a proper bucket seat, safety harnesses, fire extinguisher, isolator switches, and things like that. Plenty more information on the website, which is openendurance.ie. So all the rules and regulations are up there. You'll find the calendar of events, gallery, there's a for sale section, all that other stuff, and my contact details are on there as well. So if you have any questions, drop us an email or give us a call too. Well, actually not as much as you think. So we'll take a walk around the MX-5 here and we'll show you all the things that we did. This is pretty much about as basic as you can get in terms of a race car. It's essentially a road car with all the safety modifications thrown at it. So let's take a walk around now and we'll show you what we've done. Sure, so the first thing you'll notice is that we have bonnet pins in here. These are really cheap, they're about 20 quid, really easy to fit, and that's just a safety thing so that if the car does go on fire, the marshals can get into the bonnet. Onto the bonnet, again, really basic stuff. So we've got a second throttle return spring, costs peanuts, we've got an oil catch can, and that is pretty much it. Or what you will see, we've got the plumbed in fire extinguisher here pointing at the fuel as well, that's a requirement. And then we have the extensions for the battery isolator and the fire extinguisher as well. So that's it for under the bonnet. So tyres are free, and we're running on, we use used Yokohama AO48s, so that's pretty much the cheapest option for something nice and sticky, but you can do whatever you want, slicks, road tyres, anything goes. We're running EBC yellow stuff pads. Again, standard pads would actually probably do fine for this car, it's not particularly powerful. We have gas coilovers here as well, that's probably the most expensive thing on the car, probably costs as much as the car. And then moving to the inside, we have a full welding cage. Now it doesn't have to be a welding cage, you would have a bolting cage, but where the safety stuff is the really important stuff. So you need a seat that has to be in date and it has to be FIA approved, as do your seat belts, so or your harnesses. So you need a multi-point harness that has to be in date and FIA approved. Steering wheel and all this stuff, you know, that's completely optional. You can have standard steering wheel. What else can I show you? Inside here we have, let me just move around. So just a custom switch panel here that we made, fire extinguisher pull and the battery isolator pull, which is connected to the outside here. And then down here we've got the fire extinguisher as well. So that's a kit that you can buy. They're about €200 if memory serves me correctly. Seats can be got from, again, about 160 quid plus VAT, that kind of thing. Harnesses are a similar kind of price. Again, we've got the fire extinguisher nozzle pointing at the driver here. That's pretty much it. On the inside, I think, camera has to be used as well, but nothing else really, pretty standard stuff. So in the back, nothing special, we've just got boot release pins, we've got rid of the mechanism, that's just to save weight, that's not mandatory. There needs to be a firewall in between the fuel lines and the driver's compartment. Then we've just got the lines, the electrical wires to the battery isolator switch. Everything else is bog standard. So that's pretty much it. As you can see, there's nothing really spectacular about this car, pretty standard. It's a very basic spec that you'll probably find on a lot of track cars. There's probably a lot of track cars that are better spec than this one. So yeah, really easily achievable. Okay, so in summary, it's a really free and open series. The regulations are very few and far between, other than the safety stuff, which is obviously mandatory. The idea is to get cars out of garages and onto track that have been stowed away, and there's loads of them out there, or out of track days and out racing. So all you need is the personal safety gear, the suit, the underwear, the helmet, the hands. The car has to be FIA compliant in terms of safety, so seat, harness, cage, fire extinguisher, kill switch, that's pretty much it. You need your license, and you're good to go. So if you've got any questions at all, if you're wondering whether your car is eligible, what else it might need, don't hesitate to get in touch. You'll find all the information on the website again, www.openendurance.ie, or you can get me on email at rob@openendurance.ie too.